हरिः ॐ कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलं वाल्मीकेर्मुनिसिंहस्य कवितावनचारिणः शृण्वन् रामकथानादं को न याति पराङ्गतिं जयत्यति बलो रामः लक्ष्मणश्च महाबलः राजा जयति सुग्रीवो राघवेण अभिपालितः दासोऽहं कोसलेन्द्रस्य रामस्य अक्लिष्टकर्मणः हनूमान् शत्रुसैन्यानां निहन्ता मारुतात्मजः न रावणसहस्रं मे युद्धे प्रतिबलं भवेत् शिलाभिस्तु प्रहरतः पादपैश्च सहस्रशः अर्धयित्वा पुरीं लङ्काम् अभिवाद्य च मैथिलीं समृद्धार्तो गमिष्यामि मिषतां सर्वराक्षसां नमोऽस्तु रामाय सलक्ष्मणाय देव्यै च तस्यै जनकात्मजायै नमोऽस्तु रुद्रेन्द्रयमानिलेभ्यो नमोऽस्तु चन्द्रार्कमरुद्गणेभ्यः नमः सभायै सभापतिश्च वो राम ही सभापति है। श्री रामायण आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग लेक्चर्स एपिसोड 55th बैठक। सो 55th बैठक इन द हिंदू टेम्पल ऑफ लबक। आज तो भारत का गणतंत्र दिवस शुभाशयाः मंगलानि सन्तु। अत्र द्विमहीने भारतवर्षे व्रजभूमि व्रत करके श्रीमान जिट्टूभाई गोयल एवं सहधर्मचारिणी तीना पुनः अत्र आजगाम स्वागतं सुस्वागतं मंगलानि सन्तु। In the 55th episode, on the day of the Ganatantra Divas, Prajatantra Divas of Bharath, we are assembled in the Hindu temple of Lubbock to talk about the way of living in Ramayana, and it is again coincidence. So in the past few weeks we have talked about the entrance into Uttarayana and the importance of Dana and the importance of Tirtha. And today when we are celebrating the Ganatantra Divas of Bharath, we are at the episode in the Ayodhya Kanda where the importance of Ganatantra, Prajatantra, Prajarajya. What did Praja feel about Rama when he was supposed to be crowned Yuvaraja of Ayodhya, Kosala Desa? We have seen. And today we will be seeing what the people are feeling about the departure of Rama. So it is such a coincidence. So, Das Puna Puna Kahta Hu, that Ramayan is very apt for living. ये रामायण तो वास्तव में ये नीति ग्रंथ, वास्तव में एक भक्ति ग्रंथ. इट इज अप टू यू. सूर सूर तुलसी ससी उडघन केशवदास अब के कवि संध्योग. Whatever you think, Surdas is like a sun, Tulasidas is like a sun, Tulasidas is like a Sashi. It doesn't matter whether it is Valmiki Ramayana or Tulasidas Ramayana or Ranganath Ramayana or Giridhar Das. So all they think, when they think about Ramayana, it is not just simply the story of a hero called Rama or a heroine Mata Sita. It is Vastav me Samajik Katha. So that is very important. So in short duration pravachans, it's very difficult to bring out all these nuances and all these sara. One sarga, Valmiki, why would Valmiki dedicate nearly 2 sargas on Dana? If you just look at what he has said, why you should give Dana? Rama gave enough Dana. Why did he give? Did he get pride that he is giving Dana? No. It is basically for Atma Sukha, Atma Anubhav ke liye, Atma Anugraha ke liye Dan. So if one has to, it is not that the person who is receiving dana should think little about himself or herself. Even the people who are giving should say that, oh God, at least you have given me this opportunity to serve this society, serve this community. Anugraha. Atma Anugraha Karanena Danam. So there is a difference between a Dhanika and Dhanada. And I have showed Sriman Balaji on the board. So again Rama and relevance. So I said how a couple of people have been Dhanikas, but more than that they are Dhanadas, like this Swamin here. So they have gifted, that is the heart to give. In fact, we had 5 minutes charcha this afternoon on this. So, Dhanada. So, Rama was a Dhanada. So, why he gave? It is because Atma Anugraha Karanena. Kasyartaha Kalashena ko mrigayate vaso yata nischitam diksham paritavan kimichhati punardheyam guroryad bhavet atma anugraham ichhati nripaja dharma bhirama priya yadyasyasti samipsitam vadatu tat kasyadhya kim diyatam kasyasya kim diyatam. What should I do? What should I give? What should I give? Why do I give? आत्मा अनुग्रह इच्छताम. आत्मा अनुग्रह के लिए, आत्मा अनुभव के लिए, आत्मा अनुग्रह के लिए राम ने दान दिया. And also you should give dana to the people whom they can use that dana. The पात्र तो सत्पात्र होना चाहिए. इसीलिए वाल्मीकि ने त्रिजटक नाम वृद्ध का वृत्तांत लिखा. Whereas it is not written in Tulsidas or Kamba Ramayana, it is not there. Other Pradhan Ramayana mein nahi. So Valmiki made sure, because Valmiki to Vastava Katha, it was a itihasa, it was an documented history written by a Samakaleen Rishi. So it is Satya. But still, why did the story of Trijata come? Because you have to give it to somebody who understands the value of Vitta, understands the value of work, understands the value of Vitta. With Valmiki himself, he is going to say in this sarga about Rama. Who is Rama? He was a Rasagnaha. He knew what is the essence of polity. He knew what is the essence of dhana. So Rama is not an ordinary man. He is a rasagnaha, dharmagnaha, dharma rasaha. Valmiki calls Rama to be dharma rasaha. Dharmo rasaha yasya saha iti dharma rasaha. So dhatva tu saha vaidekhya brahmanebhyo dhanam bahu jagmatuhu pitaram drashtum sitaya saha raghav. The previous sloka I recited is not in Ramayan, but it is one of the greatest dramatist, Kavi. He was one of the greatest Kavi in the Sanskrit literature, Bhasa. Bhasa predates Shakespeare, of course. Bhasa predates Kalidasa. Bhasa in his Nataka, Bhasa is known for his Nataka Kavyam. In Swapna Vasavadatteyam, he says this. He begins the drama saying that this Swapna Vasavadatteyam is a beautiful story. It's a Sringar Ras ke आधार पर वो नाटक है. संस्कृत में कालिदास के पहले थे भाषा. So he brings the story between Udayana, a king of Kaushambi. My memory is correct, let me think. Yeah, he was the king of a place called Kaushambi, whose name was Udayana. He married to a princess called Vasavadatta. For some reason, Vasavadatta gets lost from the life of this Udayana, king of Kaushambi. So he's trying to marry the princess of Magadha. Uska naam hai to Padmavati. So the story begins, Padmavati comes to a hermitage where Vasavadatta was living. So drama starts theatrically. And when Padmavati, who is the very powerful princess, Magadha Rajka, Princess Ti, so she comes and then she sees these sages along with Vasavadatta, and the first thing she says is, Kasyartaha kalashena ko mrigayate vaso yata dan ke liye. See, Kavya means you have to study Ramayana. So the story, the natak begins like Padmavati coming into the hermitage of the people where Vasavadatta, the previous queen of Udayana, was living with the queen mother, the Udayana's mother or Udayana's grandma, queen mother. And when she sees these sages and young boys and brahmacharis who are studying, first thing she does pranam and she says, what do you want? Do you want a mug? Do you want a pot? You know, brahmacharis used to recite Veda, so they must be thirsty. So she says, should I get you this? Should I get you new clothes? Kasyartaha kalashena ko mrigayate vaso mane vastra. Vaso yatha nischitam. Then she asks this. There's a relevance to Ramayan. She says, I know you brahmacharis, once you finish your studies, you have to give the dana to your preceptors, to your gurus. Do you have money to give? Shall I give you? Diksham paritavan kimichhati punardheyam guroho yadbhavet guroho punardheyam yadbhavet. I know you won't be having money. So I'm trying to give you money so that you can give it to you are preceptor. Same happened in the case of Raghu. I have told this story maybe in couple of sittings before. Raghu kaal mein Kausa nama ya brahmanata, wo to he wanted to give money to Varatantu. So the Guru Varatantu asked, okay, the Guru did not expect anything, but this guy was badgering. What should I give you? What should I give you? Then you give me so many crores, Swarna. So then what this Kautsu? He goes to Raghu. Raghu was the father of Aja. That means Rama's great grandfather Raghu. Raghu, Aja, Dasaratha, Rama. So then the Raghu takes war with Kubera. By the time Kubera finds out that Raghu was at the doorstep, he started pouring the Varsha of Swarna. So there's always this. So it is not for themselves. So Raghukula people did not expect anything. Then why they did? Atma anugrahatam anugraham ichchami. I'm only expecting the fruitfulness of my Atma Sukha. Atma Ujjivan ke liye मैं दान देता हूँ. So please accept. It is not the other way. What else you need? Kim deyatam, kim deyatam, kim deyatam. So Bhasa brings this. So likewise, Dhatva tu saha Vaidekhya Brahmanebhyo Dhanam Bahu. So Valmiki was not able to stop the Sarga and Dana. Already it is being 1.5 Sarga. He has been talking on Dana. Now when he begins the new Sarga, again he was so overwhelmed with the importance of dana. He says, Dhatvatu saha Vaidekhya Brahmanebhyo Dhanam Bahu Jagmatuhu Pitaram Drashtum Sitaya Saha Ragavo Dvivachanam. Ragavo mane Rama Lakshmanau Sitaya Saha Jagmatuhu Pitaram Beshme. They went to the palace of the father. Tato Grihite Dushprekshya Ashobhetam Tadayude Maladhama Bihi Asakte Sitaya Samalankrite. Only one thing Rama took with him as an insentient. Of course, Rama took with him Sita and Lakshmana. So don't question me. Okay, he took with him, they followed him. But in terms of insentient things, what he took with both Rama and Lakshmana were their bow and arrow. So they were never devoid of bow and arrow because it is a Kshatriya Lakshanam. It is like an identity card. The identity card Rama always carried was his Dhanusu or Bhan. So Tato Grihite Duspreksha. The Sita took care of the Dhanur and Bhan. So what did you do? On a daily basis, Sita used to do her obeisance. Mala Dhama Bihi Asakte Sitaya. Sita made sure that she made those mala with her own hands and then donned the Dhanushu. So that also Valmiki states. Tato Grihite Duspreksha. That Rama's Bhan. It's not very specific whether it is Kodhanda or anything here, but that Dhanusha Bana, what Rama carried, was so mighty. So it was very difficult for people to even see this tall and this heavy. Tato grihite dusprekshya ashobhetam tata yude dusprekshya ayudamane. It is a powerful. Maladhama bihi asakte sitaya samalankrite. Not only she made those mala with her own hands, she also did the puja. Samalankrite sitaya maladhama bihi asakte tataha prasada harmyani vimana shikarani cha adiruhya janasriman udasino vyalokayat. That is what it is. So today's topic is, we said Ganatantra, Ayodhya or Ganatantra. So how did Rama became the Yavaraja? Ichcha mohi mahabagum raghuviram mahabalam gajehena magatayantam ramam satta vritananam. People wanted. Although Dasaratha wanted to relinquish the kingdom, because once upon a day he goes and then looks at the aina. Mukhuru. So he looks at that aina and then he sees that grade near the ears. Why did it come near the ears? Why did Kalidasa not say that it is on his forehead? Because it is in a way that his age was telling in the form of grey hair near his ears and tell, hey Dasharatha, it's time up. So in Shastra it says, Manu says, if one sees greyed hair near the ears, they should relinquish Grihastha and go into Vanaprastha. How many people will follow, I don't know, but people try to shade now. That's a different, I never did. People try to shade now, but that was the way of living. Manu said, once you see your grey hair, it is like mukuru. Even Tulsidas begins Ramayan saying, mana mukuru. It is like a gandagi on the mirror. My mind is always covered with so many gandagi things. So it is through Ramayan I am going to do the cleansiness, marjanam karta hu. So the only place in Ramayan where there is a reference or mention to mirror. So don't ask me how Ravana and others or even Surpanaka dressed without mirror. But Valmiki mentions and Kalidasa brings this. So these are all the Kavya Prakasha we have to see. So, but then Yajnavalkya says the other thing. Once you see the greyness, in those days Yajnavalkya says the greyness near the ear will only come if you have a pautra or pautri. So then when the greyness comes, by the time your grandchildren would have grown up to be at least a teenager, then you relinquish the kingdom, but don't give the kingdom to your son, but you give the kingdom to your grandchildren and then rest the responsibility to guard them until they can take care by your son. So don't trust your son, rather you trust. So Yajnavalkya gives it. But in any case, if the greyness comes to you, it's time up. You have to relinquish your sukha and look for Atma Sukha. So, Tataha Prasada Harmyani Vimana Shikarani Cha Adirukya Janasriman Udasino Vyalokayatu. Why did I digress? So, Rama was asked to be the crown prince when Dasaratha aged. Then he didn't do it. He went and asked the Jana, Paura Janane, Grama Janane, the people residing in the city, the people residing Grama, I am thinking my son is qualified. What say you? Then he says, if you agree, I will anoint him. He did not dictate. That is Prajatantra. That is Ganatantra, which we have celebrated today in Bharath. Ramayana has done it practically. So that time what did they say? Icha mohi mahabagum raghuviram mahabalam gajena mahatayantam ramam satraha vrutananam. Exactly 31 sargas before. This is second sarga in Ayodhya Kand. My memory, if it serves correctly, this is the 33rd sarga we are. Opposite it will be in a way. So the Praja wanted him to be the crown prince, so they rejoiced in Ayodhya. Whereas the minute they knew that Rama is going to forest, they also wanted to follow Rama to the forest. Tataha prasada harmyani vimana shikarani cha adiruhya janasriman. Sriman mane Sri Sampat. It is not Vitta Sampat. They were blessed to be in the proximity of walking Dharma. Dharma rasaha. Rama was a Dharma rasa. So that is Sri. Sahisri Amrita Satam. Sastra. Dharma is Sri. Not only just simply money. So here Sriman Mane, they were in proximity to Dharma Swarupa, Dharma Devata. That Dharma Devata is leaving them beautifully. Valmiki we said that Valmiki became a dramatist. He is continuing his dramatist style. You will see how the people, Ichamohi, Mahabagum, Raghuviram, Mahabalam, Gajena, oh, I want Rama, Rama. So they were so down to earth people, they were rejoicing, they were enjoying. But now you see the agony, they say, may this Ayodhya be cursed. May this Ayodhya be cursed with lot of rats. I'm not telling. Valmiki himself writes. How many people would have read Ramayan like this? These are the slokas Valmiki has written, portraying the mindset of people. The minute they knew that the Dharma is walking away from them, Dhikkat, curse be to this Ayodhya. Let there be holes where rats will live forever, and those be bite Kaikeyi. These are the slokas, if time permits, we will see. Tata prasada harmyani vimana shikarani cha adirukya janasriman. Sriman mane, they were in proximity to Dharma Swarupa, Dharma. They were based on Shastra, that is Sri. Udhasino vyalokayati. They looked upon Rama and Sita, who started walking without umbrella, without chatra, without chamara. Shatashalakena. When Rama used to come, the umbrella was so big that it had 100 spokes in it. The iron rod in the chatra, that means 100. Shatashalaka. You know that shalaka. Shalaka mane jail mein wo iron hai na, usko hum abhi shalaka bolte hain, wahi hai. But this is the rod in the umbrella. So there was nothing there. But people became weak. Valmiki says that those people who are not able to go along with Rama, because they became invalid because of this dukkha, they slowly climbed. Where? Harmyani prasada vimana. Harmyani mane gar, palace. So they slowly climbed up to the first balcony and saw Rama and Sita walking. Even the devatas, Vana devatas, they have never seen Sita outside the Antapura. They have never seen Sita. She was so godly protected. Sukumari. So they have never seen, but it had come to a point that ordinary people of the Ayodhya were able to see. In my opinion, ordinary people of Ayodhya are much blessed than the devatas. Anyway, so nahi ratyasma shakyante ghantum bahujanakulaha aruhya tasmat prasadan dhina pashyantira. Memory is correct. So I didn't make it up. I remember, that's why I said next sloka follows. Nahi ratyaha asma shakyante gantum. Na gantum shakyante ratyaha. That is one advantage of reading when you are young. I may not exactly say the sloka after sloka next, but that consistency will be there. Nahi ratyasma shakyante gantum bahujana akulaha aruhya tatsmat prasadane dhinaha pashyanti. Aruhya prasadane dhinaha pashyanti raghavam. So Valmiki writes, makes it a point that even for invalid people, dhinaha pashyanti kaise, they took lift perhaps. Aruhya tasmat prasadane dhinaah pashyanti raghavam padatim varjitas chatram ramam drishtva tada jana padatim. Rama was walking. It never happened that Rama walked. It's not that Rama doesn't need to walk. He's going to walk 14 years. But people were so affectionate to him. Everywhere they went, they gave him a horse. They gave him a chariot. Padatim varjitas chatram padatim, without umbrella. These are all the symbols for a Sukumara. Padatim varjitas chatram ramam drishtva tada janaha uchuhu bahuvida vachaha shoka upahatah chesaha uchuhu bahuvida. Oh God, what is the problem? This Sambhuta has taken into the mind of Dasaratha. Valmiki says. Maybe it's next sloka or sloka after that it will come. So, uchuhu bahuvida vakyaha. Uchuhu mane plural. So people were started talking in different ways. Why this happened? This Kuni is bad. This Mantara is bad. This Trijata is bad. This Kaike is worst of all. Uchuhu bahuvida vachaha shoka upahataha chetasa. Upahata, overflowing. Chetaha upahataha shoka. They were overflowing with grief. Yam yantam anuyati sma chaturangana balam mahati. Yam yantim chaturanga balam. When Rama walks, when Rama goes, yantim mane, when he goes, when he travels, there is always Ratha, Gaja, Turadi. So he will be always followed with chariots and elephants and horses. Now nothing was there. Yam yantam anuyati sma chaturangana balam mahati. Tam yekam sitaya sardam anuyati. Oh God. Now he only has Sitaya Sardam. Along with Sita, he only has his brother. Tam yekam Sitaya Sardam Anuyati Sma Lakshmana Aiswaryasya Rasagni. I told you. Dhanadaha. Rama knows the power and might. But then he relinquished. That is the importance. So it's not that if somebody doesn't know the importance of power, it's rare. If somebody doesn't know the importance and power of money, it's rare. Then if they give, it's nothing. Even though it is better, but relatively I'm talking. But for the people who knows their power, okay, if somebody has to be elected, they get elected. I got elected. That's a different story. Okay, so that is power. So when some people who had been into the position of power, them relinquishing the power, that is greatness. So Valmiki puts that. Aiswaryasya rasagnya. Aiswaryam mane here not wealth. Ishvara mane, Aishwaryam mane commanding. Ishvaraha. Ishvara mane one who is commanding, one who keeps people under him. Aiswaryasya rasagnya san kaminam chaiva kamadaha. Who was Rama? Rama very well knew the power of valor. He very well knew the power of money. Aiswaryasya rasagnya. Son, definitely. Kaminam chaiva kamadaha. He is the one who is benevolent. Whoever asks him, he will give. Na ichhati eva anrutam kartum pitaram dharma gauravat. Only na ichhati anrutam pitaram kartum. He didn't want to make his father a liar. That is the reason, even knowing the importance of Rajya, even knowing the power and the valor might, he relinquished. Na ichhati eva anrutam kartum. Na anrutam kartum pitaram dharma gaura. Because of the gauravat, because of the respect he gives to dharma, dharayati iti dharma, he relinquished the wealth. So these are all the discussions among the people. Yana shakya pura drishtum bhutaihi akashagaihi api. Those vanar, those devatas who are always chancharati, who always charati in the vana, in the amber, agashagai. Agashagai means the people who are always traversing in the amber, in the akasha. That means devas. Yana shakya puradrishtam bhuta, even bhuta pishas, who are not able to see this Sita. Yana shakya puradrishtam bhutaihi akashagaihi api tam adya Sitam pashyanti rajamarga gata jana. Now they are able to see this Sita walking in the Rajamarga. What a pity. Angaraga uchitam Sitam rakta chandana. How was she? She likes dressing up. I didn't say, Valmiki says. Angaraga uchitam Sitam. Raga uchitam. Raga mane ash. Raga mane ichha. She uchitam anga. She, whatever it has to be adorned, whatever it has to, the paste, chandan paste, rakta chandanam. That too one specific chandan that is very reddish. Ma Sita likes it. Angaraga uchitam Sita rakta chandana sevinam. Varsham ushnam cha sheetam cha neshyati ashu vivarnatam. When sun comes, immediately her skin color will ashuhu. Instantaneously vivarnatam. Such a Sukumari. Varsha Ushnam cha Sheetam. When it rains, when it gets hot, and when it gets cold, immediately there will be a reflection in her skin, in her body color. She was such a Sukumari. Angaraga uchitam Sitam rakha chandana sevinim varshamushna cha Sheetam cha neshyati ashu. Instantaneously vivarnatam adhyanunam dasharata sattvam avishya bhashate nahi raja priyam putram vivasayatum arhati. So all this has happened. Adya, something has gone, some bhoot has gone. Sattvam mane bhoot. Sattvam mane paishash. Some bhoot has gone into Dasharatha, and that is reflected in his words, asking his son to go to forest. Nahi Raja Priyam Putram Vivasyatum Argati. Otherwise, this Raja, would he ever dare to send his son? That too is Jeshta Putram Ramam, who was Shadgunya Purushottama. Valmiki says he had 6 unique qualities, beautiful words. Andrushamsa, Anukroshaha, Srutham, Sheelam, Dharma, Shama. He has 6 great qualities. Rama has 6 great qualities. Beautiful Samskrita pada. Pada Dandinaf Padalalityam. No, Valmiki also Padalalityam. Adhyanunam Dasharata Sattvam Avishya Bhashate. So the Pishash, the bhoot has come into Dasharatha, and that makes him speak. Avishya bhashate nahi raja priyam putram vivasayatum arghati nirgunasyapi putrasya katam syate vipravasanam. Nirgunam, even people, even father. A father and mother will protect a guy who is a thief. That's what Valmiki says. Nirgunasyapi putrasya. Even if the person has no character, mother and father are bound to protect. Then why did my Yuvaraja is, who is he? He is Satyakamaha, Satya Sankalpaha. He is a Purushottama, Purusharshaba. Why this Dasharatha is not protecting? Something is happening to Dasharatha. Nirgunasyapi putrasya katam syate vipravasanam. Vipravasanam, pravasanam, vipravasanam. That's vasanam mane, to live in abode. So to make him run away from the abode. So that means forest. Nirgunasyapi putrasya katam syate vipravasanam kim punaryasya loko ayam. Have you ever seen a world where the father is sending a man of such a such a spotless character. Kim punaha yasya loko ayam jitaha vritena. This man has conquered the whole world. Vritena, shilena, jitaha ayam lokaha. He has conquered the entire world. Ramo iti prajanam abhavan kata. Valmiki finishes this. Oh God, this world is always talking about Ramo iti in Pattabhisheka Sarga. Valmiki finishes it. Ramo iti prajanam abhavan kata. Rama bhut jagat abhut. The entire world has become Rama. Akarachari laka chaurasi jhati jiva jalatala nabhabasi siya rama maya sab jag bani. Tulsi ki vani. Siya ram sab jag bani. सिया राम मय सब जग जानी करऊं प्राण जोर. जानी कृपा कर. दिस वर्ल्ड हैज बिकम सिंपली रामा. सिया राम. ये तो भक्ति काव्य है. सो तुलसी तो भक्ति, तुलसी का काव्य में तो भक्ति ही उत्पन्न होता है. इसीलिए ही से सिया राम मय सब जग जानी करऊं प्रणाम जोरी. So you pray. So Valmiki finishes, Tulsi says the same thing. In Ayodhya he says, in Balakanda it comes itself in Balakanda I suppose. Whereas Valmiki says in Pattabhisheka Sarga, Ramo iti prajanam abhavanagata Ramabhutu Jagatabhutu Ramo Rajyam Prashasate. When Rama is ruling, even now Rama is ruling. So we talk Rama. So on to some beautiful sloka, 6 guna. What is that? So Rama is a Uttama Purusha. Whereas Tulasi says, Bharoso jahi dusaro so karo. I don't care. To me, Rama is a Uttama Purusha. More than Uttama Purusha, he is a Devata Swarupa. So I don't care. He writes to us. He writes letters. Tulsidas Patrika लिखता है. वो उसमें बताता है. Bharoso jahi dusaro so karo. Dusaro so karo. You do what you want. I don't care. But if you trust me, Moko to Ramako Nama Kalpataru Kali. I only know one thing. Moko to Rama Nama Kali Kalpataru. I don't care whether you do karma. Karma upasana jnana vedamata so sabhubanti. Let it all be. All I care is only Rama Nama. Moko to Ramako Nama Kalpataru Kali. So I'm not saying you should not do karma. You should not go and seek knowledge. Seek everything. But keep this low-hanging fruit intact. Baraso. Dusro karo. I'm not here to say you don't do this. But I am telling you what I have experienced, so take it. So this is guna varnana. So that is why Sur Tulasi Sasi. When Tulsidas wants, he can be like Surya. When he talks about so many things, when he talks about the Samudra Raj, who is not going to yield the way to Rama, you can see the Krodha in Tulsidas. We'll see that when we want. So there are a lot of charcha there, but if you listen to great Sanskrit Kavya Jnanis, you will know the real meaning. There you can see the real Krodha, Surness, the Surya Amsha of Tulsidas. But in most of the places, he only says, Sita Rama Charana Rati More Anudina Badavu Anugrahat. He begs, Sita Rama Charana Rati More Anudina Badavu Anugraha. Daily, please Rama, give me. So Tulasi Sashi. So you can see both ways, but predominantly you equate Tulsidas to be Sashi. So he says Rama is a Guna Swarupa. Whether in some places he calls it as a Nirguna, in some places he calls him as Saguna, because Tulsidas though he propagated Ramananda Sampradaya. Tulsidas to Ramananda ka Sishya, Prasishya hai. So you know that, right? Ramananda was Ramanujacharya ka Sishya. Bhakti Dravidavu. Bhakti to Dravid में उत्पन्न हो. उपजी भक्ति द्रविड़ उपजी लाये रामानंद. ये तो वाक्य है. नॉर्थ इंडिया में एक प्रसिद्ध वाक्य, तो भक्ति उपजी द्राविड लाए रामानंद. सो रामानुजाचार्य का शिष्य था रामानंद, बट रामानंद took Rama as a Paraswarupa, Rama as Sriman Narayana. So to him the Guru Parampara begins with Rama, Rama Sita Rama Samarambam Ramanujacharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande. So to Ramananda, Rama was a Paraswarupa, Rama was a Brahman. So he took that from Ramanujacharya. Ramanujacharya was from Dravida Desha. So Bhakti Dravida Upaji Laye Ramanand. He took it to Ayodhya. Ramanand ka Sishya to Naraharidas. Naraharidas ka Sishya to Tulsidas. So, Bhakti, Upaji, Dravida Laye, Ramanand. Then how did it prakat hua? Tulsi ke, Tulaki Sikh likne, lekan mein prakat hua. But Tulsidas, what he wanted, he was in the 17th century. So he wanted to make sure that there is lot of Bhakti movement happening. So he did Abheda Bhakti. He started propagating Abheda Bhakti. Although his Kula Devata was Shiva, he got so much attracted towards Rama because of his guna. But then when he wanted to show that he is okay, he's as if Shankara was speaking. You know that Tulsidas portrays Ramayan in 4 ways. As if Shiva was preaching, as if Kala Bhushandi was preaching, as if Garuda was preaching, as if Hanuman was preaching. 4 different ghat mein hai. So we don't have to go to all those things. So, but what happens is he started preaching Abheda Bhakti. So whether sometimes he talks about Nirguna Swarupa, sometimes he talks about Saguna Swarupa, but Dravida Ramanuja Sampradayato Narayanaha Sarva Kalyana Guna Sampannaha. We don't talk about Nirguna, we talk about only Saguna. Valmiki Ramayanam brings it. So 6 guna it says, Andrushamsyam Anukroshaha Shrutam Sheelam Dhamashamaha. Andrushamsam, that means you don't do any harm to anybody. Ahimsa. So the first and foremost guna for Rama was ahimsa, andrushamsyam, anukrosham. Anukrosham mane compassion. Yadiva Ravana swayam natyacheyam kajanchana. Even if Ravana come, I'm not going to mitra bhavena. What is the rule? Mitra bhavena sampraptam natyajeyam katanchana yadiva Ravana swayam tasmaat prapannam badhyannapi prapannam na pratiprayachanti. Because Ved, he followed exactly tasmat vadhyannapi. Even somebody who has killed somebody and he comes to take refuge, provided he understands his mistake, tasmad prapannam vadhyannapi pratiprayachanti. You don't expect anything from him, give him refuge. Veda says Rama acted. So what it says? Andrusamsyam, ahimsa, anukrosha, compassion. Rama shows compassion in many ways. A clear example is Vibhishana. And more than that, in Chitrakuta you will say, Ramayana mandakini nati Chitrakuta chitacharu. So Ramayana is nothing but Mandakini river, where you could see the Karunya. Rasayeva Karunayeva Eko Rasaha Bhavabhuti. So that entire thing you can see in Chitrakuta. So Andrushamsyam Anukrosha. Anukrosha mane affection, compassion. Shrutam is the one who will listen. Where do you see this? You see this when everybody is said. So he is coming with 4 people. He is Sakrideva Prapannaya Tavasmiti cha yachate abhayam sarvabhutebhyo dadami etat pratham mama. Sakrideva only one time. If he asks me refuge, Vibhishana did that. He comes with for Chaturbhihi Saturbhir Rakshasais Saha. Because Ekaswatu na Bunjita Dasabhis Saha. Shastra Vakya. That is the reason Vibhishana, when he left Ravana, Dhik Kulapamsaka, Dhik. When Ravana says, you are the man who is going to bring defame to my Kula, you leave. He left with 4 people. Chaturbhihi saha rakshasaibihi. So he brought 4 rakshasa because ekaswatuna bunjita dasabhis saha. Shastra Vakya. So Ramayana is Shastra. So he brought 4 people and they were hanging in the amber. This Sugriva says no, Angada says no, Jambavan is in the mushy middle, Hanuman was waiting till what he seeks from others, and then he gives his 2 cents. Rama listens, Shrutam. Rama is a good listener. Sheelam is guna, is guna. Sheela mane is guna. The holistic guna of Rama is so great. You don't have to have any words to express. Just say Sheela, Dhamaha, Shamaha, Indriya Nigraha, Dhamaha, Mana Nigraha iti Shamaha. Kathopanishad says that. Your body is like a chariot. And the Yajaman is a Atma. That Atma is subservient to, that also comes, Shastra also comes. I am a Visishtadvaitin, so I am going to take this according to Visishtadvaita. Ramayan is a Pramana for Visishtadvaita in few sloks. Next in this Sarga you will see that. So Shastra also we will do Sarcha. So the body is like a chariot. The person who is controlling the Yajaman is your Atma. That Atma has to be got into control because the Atma is getting torn in different direction with these horses. What are these horses? Indriya, Pancha Jnanendriya, Pancha Karmendriya. So you have to put that lagan to this horse using your buddhi. So Dhamaha, Shamaha. Dhamma mane Indriya Nigraha, Shama mane Mana Nigraha. So you can sometimes control Indriyas, but it's very difficult to control the Manas. Raghavam Shobhayanti Yete Shadguna Purushottamam. He is a Purushottama. A man is Purushottama if he is having able to do harmlessness to anybody at any cost. Andrushamsyam, Anukrosham, compassion. Shrutam, be a listener. That's the greatest gift, management lesson. Shrutam, Sheelam, all the good characters. What Sheela is? Satya Paripalanam is a Sheelam. Dhamma, controlling your external, internal organs. Shama, Mana Nigraham. Raghavam, Shobhayanti. All these 6 characters are effulgence in Rama. Raghavam, Shobhayanti. Ete Shadguna. Purushottama. He is a Purushottama. Tasmat tasya upaghatena praja paramapidita. What did I say? It is Raja Prajatantra. Ganatantra. Because why? We didn't select Rama just because he is Rama, just because he is a son of Dasaratha. Listen, several yugs before, when monarchy can do anything, Ramayan shows that it is Praja Rajya. That is why Bapuji called it as Rama Rajya. Praja Rajya to Rama Rajya. So we selected. Wow, Dasaratha says, okay, I am thinking that this person is good enough. Would you agree? Then he asks, if you don't agree, please suggest other alternative. Can you believe Dasharatha? He says, so, Tasmate, this guy has 6 guna, Shat guna, Shatgunya Paripurana. Whereas Vishnu Purana says, again, many guna. Aiswaryasya, Samagrasya, Dharmasya, Yashasya, Striya, Jnana, Vairagya, Yoschaiva, Shannam, Bhagaha. Shannam, who is he? Bhagavan. Whereas Valmiki says he is a Purushottama. He is the best among men. Whereas those qualities are equated to Bhagavan by Parasar Muni. He Aiswaryasya, the man who can command. Samagra Aiswaryam, the entire people he can command. Dharma, Dharma Rasa. Valmiki says, okay, I named these 6 guna. Those are not enough. He is a walking embodiment of Dharma. Dharmasya Yasha. He has Kirti. Kirti based on Sheela, Kirti based on his Veera. Sriyaha, he has nothing but Ma Sita with him. Jnana, that's what it is. Jnana, he has everything. But when it comes to relinquish, he will do patapat. He is Vairagya. That Vairagya he has. He didn't care. This kind of Aiswarya. Because even the Indra was subservient to Dasaratha. Because Dasaratha helped Indra. So the entire, that world, this world, entire world was at the feet of Dasaratha. He just quit them, everything. Vairagya yos chaiva shannam bhagayitirana Vishnu Purana. Pidaya piditam sarvam. Because of his qualities, we are feeling the pain. Tasmat tasya upaghatena. We are feeling the pain. Rama is not feeling the pain, but we are feeling the pain. Can you see? In which country nowadays, name one country where the entire praja is so affectionate to the president or prime minister? None. It was only Rama Rajya it can happen, not even in Krishna. So, tasmat tasya upaghatena praja paramapidita. We were struck. Paramapidita audakaniva satvani grishme salila samshayat. Grishme salila samshayat. Salila mane water, grishme mane summer. In samshayat mean chaya, extreme drought. As if Salila Jivatam, Udakani va Satvani, those creatures, Udakani, Udakani Satvani, those creatures who are living in water, they feel the pain in a drought. I am feeling, we people are failing. So he uses a simile here. Audhakani va satvani grishme salila samshayati pidaya piditam sarvam jagatasya jagatpate moolasya iva upaghatena vrikshapul. So as if we are stuck, as if the root has been stuck. So who cares about the fruit? Who cares about the flower? All are gone. When the root is gone, nothing is there. Moolasya iva upagatena vrikshaha pushpapala upagaha moolam hi esha manushyana dharmasaro mahadyuti. Yeah. So dharmasara, it comes in this. Okay. So moolam hi, this man is moolam. So what it is a Valmiki did parisrama to say atmanam manusham manye ramam dasaratatmajam. He fails in several places here. Moolam, he is Jagat Pita. Moolam, because of his guna. Moolam hi esha manushyana moolam saha kim saha ramaha anyate ayanena iti ramayanam ayate anena iti ramayanam. Rama mane idar dharma Govindarajiyam. So what is Ramayan? Even he starts about Ramayan, he says Ramaha saha ayate anena prapyate iti vitpatti. Ramaha ayate anena iti Ramayanam. Ramaha saha Rama mane dharma. So the text that takes us to dharma is nothing but Ramayanam. That is it. Moolam hi esha manushyana dharma saro. He is nothing but sarabhuta of dharma. So dharma saraha yasya saha. That Vitpatti you took it. Dharma, the essence of Dharma is nothing but Rama. So Dharmaha Saraha Yasya Saha iti Dharma Saraha Jagatpate. So how can you say that Valmiki only talks about a Manushya? He is Jagatpate because of Guna. Moolam hi esha Manushyanam Dharmasaro Mahadyutihi Pushpam Palam cha Patram cha Shakascha Itare Jana. This is Vishishtadvaita Ramanuja Siddhanta. So हम सभी लोग ईश्वर की बॉडी जैसा. ईश्वर ही अंतर्यामी चेतन का अंतर्यामी, चेतन का नियंता ईश्वर है. सो वी आर बॉडी. द आत्मा इज रेसिडेंट इन दिस बॉडी. द नियंता ऑफ द आत्मा इज ईश्वर. So the siddhanta is Vishishtadvaita Siddhanta. Where is Advaita? No. So when you think as Jitu Goyal is Jitu Goyal. But can you split Jitu Goyal from his Atma? You can do once, that's at the end. Let's not talk about it. When it's वास्तव्य में Jitu Goyal माने वो शरीर और शरीर के अंतर वो आत्मा. But that अंतर का आत्मा का अंतर नियंता कौन है? वो ईश्वर है. So in uniqueness, when you take it, it is Advaita, Bheda. Na. But actually the Satya is three. So sentient, insentient and Brahma Swarupam. So the sentient is Atma. The insentient is arm, leg and everything of the body. And all these are controlled by Paramatma. So Chat, Chit, Paramananda Swarupa. So that is in one. If you think as one unity, it is one. So there is no Bheda, Advaita. Na Dvitiyam. Whereas actually, there is a Paramatma. That Paramatma is Niyanta for your Atma. That Atma is the one that controls the body. So you have Chat, Chit and Paramatma Swarupa. So it is Vishishtadvaita Swarupa. So Valmiki says, Pushpam Palam cha Patram cha Shakas cha Itare Jana. But what is it? The root, the mool is Paramatma. Then all the fruit, flower, everything are parts of that Paramatma. So what do you call the Charcha, the Brahma Sutra का व्याख्यान विशिष्टाद्वैत पद्धति में, रामानंद पद्धति में, रामानुजाचार्य पद्धति में, सभी श्री वैष्णव पद्धति में उसको शारीरिक मीमांसा कहते हैं. बिकॉज वही शरीरी Paramatma, he is Shariri, he is a Niyanta. We are all his limbs and arms and head and other bodies. So Sharira, he is Shariri. We are Sharira. So understanding the relationship between Shariri and Sharira, that Sambandha, Ubayoho Sambandha, that Mimamsa mane Charcha. The Charcha that leads to the understanding between the Shariri, the Niyanta, and the Shariram is known as Sharirika Mimamsa. That is what it is. Moolasya iva upaghatena vrikshapuspa upagaha moolam hi esha manushyanam dharmasaro mahadyutihi pushpam palam cha patram cha shakascha itare jana. So this is Visishtadvaita Siddhanta, Ramananda Siddhanta. So Tulasidas is also Prasishta of Ramananda. Ramananda, Nararidasu, Tulasidas, even Surdas, even Kabirdas. Everybody belongs to this. Okay. Te Lakshmanaschaiva Lakshmanaiva Chipram Sapatnyaha Saha Bandavaha Gachantam Anugachamaha Yena Gachati Raghava. We will also go. Ye te Lakshmanaiva Chipram Sapatnyaha Saha Bandavaha Gachantam Anugachamaha Yena Gachati. We don't care where he goes, but we are going where Rama is going. So we are going to go where Rama is going. Yadi Ramo Vanam Yati Yamaha Sarvavayam Saha Na Yenam Binahi Jivamaha Jalam Jalachara. Beautiful. I took this because in between Tulsidas was 17th century. But during 14th century, there was a great disciple of Madhvacharya who propagated Dvaita Sampradaya, and they put so much importance to Ramayan. So they wrote, because 24,000 slokas in those days in 14th century, I'm talking 6th century back, they didn't even time even then. So they said, I want to make it in a very sangraha. So there was a Sanskrit scholar, Dvaita Pandit, in Udupi Kshetra. He is known as, he wrote what is known as, his name was Pandita Narayanacharya. So 14th century, Dvaita Pandit, Samskrita, our Vedanta Vidwan, he wrote what is known as Sangraha Ramayana. Usme, he only picks up certain points, like Dharmakota Vyakyana. He picks up and he says, simply he puts all these one sarga what Valmiki said. He just says this, like Jalam Jalachara iva, like Machili. One Machili can only stay in water. Jalam Jalachara, Jalachara mane Machili. Whereas you don't ask me crocodile. Crocodile is not 100% Jalachara. Crocodile can also live in land. So Jalachara mane Machili. So like Machili cannot stay without water, we cannot stay without Rama because he is Dharmasaraha. Yadi Ramo Vanam Yati. Yadi Ramo Vanam Yati. When Rama goes to Vanam, we don't care. Yamaha Sarvavayam Saha. Sarvavayam Sama Yamaha. Na yenam vina hi jive. Yenam vina na jive amaha. It's all plural. We will not be so. It's a collective way all the people are saying. Panditacharya says, Na yenam vina hi jiva maha jalam jalachara iva, because he took the entire thing from Ramayan. Valmiki says the same thing. Jalam jalachara iva udyanani parityajya kshetrani cha grihan. We will relinquish our land. Udyanam mane, you should not take simply garden. We'll relinquish our land. We will relinquish our kshetra, our temple, because there's no Rama is gone. Then why I worry about this? This is only Shila. So that's why you have to recite Ramayan. Ramayan mila ye Shila ka mahatva nahi. So udyanani parityajya kshetram mane temple. Kshetrana cha grihani cha our world. Forget it. The least one among this is our house. Who cares? Eka dukkha sukam ramam anugachama dharmi. That is dharmikam. Eka sukam. That is only sukam to be with Rama. To be away from Rama is dukkham, that's all. Eka desa, vahi hai. Eka dukkha, dukkha sukha ramam anugachama dharmikam. That is the way to live beautifully. This is for Kavya. Valmiki is going to say in 3-4 slokas how Ayodhya is going to be, which we have to do today, so that it will finish with the Ganatantra Divas ka charcha. और गणतंत्र दिवस में यही पठन विल खत्म करेंगे. समुद्धृत निदानानि समुद्धृत निदानानि परिध्वस्त अजिरानि च. Very difficult. It is like Vyasa. Valmiki, because he is boiling inside. कवि का वो मन तो उसमें लेखना में प्रकट होती है. यही उसका साक्षी. So far it is very lalitam. Dandinav padalalitam. Valmiki is also Padalalitam, but here he becomes Vyasa. Vyasa Brahma Sutra is very difficult, and Mahabharatam is difficult. Bhagavatam is relatively difficult, But even then it is difficult. In some canto it is both Gadya, Padya. So that's very difficult. So now D is more difficult than Vyasa. Listen. Samurdhrita nidhanani paridhvasta ajirani cha upatta dhanadhanyani hritasarani sarvashah rajasa abhyavakirnani parityaktani daivataihi mushakaihi paridhavadbihi udbhilaihi avrutani cha apeta udaka dhumani hina sammarjanani cha pranashta bhali karma yaja mantra homa upajanani cha dushkaleneva bhagnani bibanjanavanti cha asmat tyaktani veshmani kaikeyi pratipadyatam. How many slokas? 4 slokas. What did he say? Greek and Latin. Asmatyaktani veshmani kaikeyi. Asmatyaktani veshmani. Whatever the houses we left, let Kaikeyi have it. What is a big thing? But what kind of the house? Valmiki pours his agony, katak mutak. It's like iron, to bite an iron. It's not like biting a peanut. It's like biting an iron. So let Kaikeyi and her son Bharata take the house what we left. Asmatyaktani veshmani kaikeyi pratipadyatam. Let her take it. Let her get it. How? What kind of a house? Samruddha nidanani. The house devoid of wealth. Samruddha. The once upon a time the house was having with lot of wealth. Samruddha nidanani. Paridhvasta ajiranicha. All the balconies empty. I'm taking my cow, I'm taking my calf, I'm taking my horse. Paridhvasta, empty, vacant. Paridhvasta ajiranicha. Upatta dhanadhanyani. All dhanya gone. Upatta dhanadhanyani. Hritasarani sarvasha. Everything strayed here and there. Rajasa abhyavakirnani, uncleaned house. Rajas mane dirt. Abhyavakirnani, uncleaned house. Parityaktani deivataha, gods left the house. Parityaktani deivataha. This is beauty. My memory served correctly. Mushakaihi paridhavadbihi, all rats running. Paridhavadbihi, here and there, always running from their holes, rat holes. Mushakaihi paridhavadbihi, udbhilaihi. Avritanicha udbila. Bila mana big, bila mane small hole. Udbila, big bila. So mushakaihi paridhavadbihi udbilaihi avritanicha apetta udaka dhumani. Apetta udaka dhumani. Dhuma mane dust not cleaned by water. So it's all mala. It's all kalmisha everywhere. Upeta, unclean. Upeta udaga dhumani hina sammarjanani. Not clean. That's why in Bhagavata says one of the best kainkarya. Kim karavani mandira marjanam. So the important thing when you go to temple is try to at least clean one space, which I don't do. This gentleman does. So that is that. Hina sammarjanani. House uncleaned. Pranashta bhali karma Homa mantra japani, the house that is devoid of pranashta, bhali, bhuta bhali, hom, havan, yaja, yaga, yajna, mantra, japa, heen. This house is full of bhut pishas. Pranashta, bhali, karma, yaja, mantra, homa, japa, anicha, dushtakal. This is dushtakala for Kaikeyi. So I am leaving the house for Kaikeyi. We are leaving the house for Kaikeyi. So this is dushtakal for her. Dushtakalena bhagna. All the utensils not cleaned. I didn't say. Vibhajanavanti. Vibhajana mane the paka samagri. Vibhajana mane to cook, the utensils for cooking. Dhutta kalena bhagnani, all the utensils, it's porcelain utensils, all broken away. So, dushta kale neva bhagnani bibhajanavanti cha asmati. This is the house we are leaving. So, hey Kaikeyi, you enjoy. Asmati tyaktyani veshmani Kaikeyi pratipadyatam vanam nagaram yeva astu yena gacchati. Whether he goes to vana, whether he goes to city, whether he goes to vana, I don't care. Asmabhihi cha parityaktam puram sampadyatam vanam pavamana సుదుడు పాటు పాదార బిందములకు నీనామ రూపములకు నిత్య జయ మంగళం మంగళం కోసలేంద్రాయ మగనీయ గుణాబ్ధయే చక్రవర్తి తనూజాయ సార్వభౌమాయ మంగళం మంగళాని సంతు శుభం.